House of Representatives adjourns plenary over power failure. Nigeria presidential hopefuls in tight race as 2023 campaign opens. Nigeria governors in Maradi hold multilateral security meeting. On business, Central Bank of Nigeria's interest rate rises to 15.5%. On international scene, United Nations urges world governments to invest in quality jobs. And in sports, Algeria beats depleted Super Eagles side. Hello and welcome to Svtv Newsroom. I'm Muhammad. The House of Representatives adjourned plenary on Tuesday over an interruption of power in the lower chamber. Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, was compelled to call for an adjournment after the power went out. The situation forced the lawmakers to exit the chambers in darkness using their phone torchlights. This came a day after major cities in Nigeria, including the commercial nerve center, Lagos, and the nation's political capital, Abuja, were thrown into a blackout as the national grid collapsed for the umpteenth time in 2022. Various electricity distribution companies confirmed the development in statements directed to their customers. With Nigeria's economy struggling and insecurity rife, 4 top presidential candidates start campaigning this week for next February's election in an open race to replace President Muhammadu Buhari. Less than 5 months before the ballot, no clear front-runner has emerged, with major candidates all confronting challenges on their path to the top political seat in Africa's most populous country. After 2 terms, President Muhammadu Buhari steps down with Nigeria battling high inflation, oil production at record lows, and security forces battling jihadists, separatists, gunmen, and criminal gangs across the country. Top candidates lining up are Bola Tinubu, a former Lagos governor and stalwart of the ruling All Progressive Congress, and opposition People's Democratic Party candidate Atiku Abubakar. The All Progressive Congress Presidential Campaign Council has postponed the commencement of its campaign earlier slated for Wednesday. The Director of Media and Publicity of the Council, Bayo Onanuga, in a statement on Monday said the Council would commence official campaign on Wednesday with the prayer session and peace walk in Abuja, in line with the 2023 timetable of the Independent National Electoral Commission. But in a statement on Tuesday in Abuja by the Director General Tinubu Shetima Campaign Council and Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong announced the postponement, saying it was to create room for inclusion of more party chieftains into the council, saying a new date and timetable of events will be announced soon. The governors of Katsina, Sokoto, Zamfara, and their counterparts from Maradi in the Niger Republic are currently holding a multilateral security meeting in Katsina State in a bid to find lasting ways, share notes and experiences to tackle and end insecurity bedeviling their region. For more, our correspondent Sumaya Ibrahim reports.
The governors physically present are Governor Aminu Masari of Katsina State, Aminu Tambol of Sokoto State, and Chebu Abubakar, while Bello Muhammad of Zamfara and Atiku Bakud of Kebbi State were represented by their deputies. The convener of the meeting and governor of the Maradi region, Chebu Abubakar, said the meeting would come up with solutions to the security challenges in the Sahel region. According to him, everyone knows that terrorists have denied them sleep, especially in the communities around Sokoto, Zamfara and Katsina states that have borders with the Niger Republic, who hardly sleep. He added that the participants at the meeting are one family, hence they deem it necessary to come together in one voice and tackle the miners head-on. Sumaya Dosa reporting for SBTV News.
The National Industrial Court sitting in Abuja has struck out a suit filed by the National Association of Nigerian Students to compel the Academic Staff Union of Universities and the federal government to call off the ongoing strike action. Our correspondent Jamila Ibrahim has more on the report.
The presiding judge, Justice Polycarp Harman, closed further proceedings in the matter following the withdrawal of the suit by the factional president of NANS, Umar Farouk Lawal. Mr. Lawal had informed the court that he filed the suit for himself and on behalf of NANS. When the matter came up on Tuesday, Lawal notified the court that he had filed a motion for discontinuance. The plaintiff said his decision to withdraw the suit was because of the challenge by Nance, which contested his standing and denied that he is the president of the student body, as he had deposed to. Jamila Ibrahim Dosa reporting for SVTV News.
Nigeria Union of Journalists Zamfara State Council has urged its members to respect laws and ethics of the journalism profession on their reportage before, during and after the polls of 2023 election. Zainab Abdullah has more on the report.
Members of the unions are charged to be fair to all political parties in the state and the country at large. The members are also admonished to always be punctual in reporting activities of any political party, as the union vow not to support any personal bias, malicious, fabricated, or misinformation from its members. The union also advised politicians to consider journalists as partners in progress in the effort of ensuring good democracy and in according to the international best practice in the country by giving maximum support and cooperation to its members in order to discharge their primary assignment effectively. Zainab Abdosi reporting for Standard Voice Television.
Troops of Operation Forest Sanity have rescued a kidnapped mother and her 4 children with other 3 villagers during a patrol along Birnin-Gwari and Chikun local government areas of Kaduna State. The Kaduna State Commissioner for Ministry of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, confirmed the incident in a statement issued on Tuesday. Newsmen gathered that the troops came under fire from the bandits while on patrol along the Birnin-Gwari, Gayam-Kurigam, Manini axis, where the troops returned fire and promptly subdued the bandits who fled into the forest, leaving behind the captives in their custody. While commending the troops for their brave efforts in rescuing the victims, Mr. Aruwa said the 7 victims have been reunited with their families. The Central Bank of Nigeria has raised the monetary policy rate, which measures interest rate to 15.5% from 14%. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele revealed this on Tuesday, September 27, at a Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja, saying the move was to curb inflation. Mr. Emefiele said the committee voted to raise the MPR and agreed unanimously to raise the policy rate to narrow the interest rate gap and rein in inflation. He said members deliberated the impact of the widening margin between the current policy rate of 14% and the inflation rate of 20.52%. The governor added at the meeting that the option of reducing the policy rate was not considered as it would be gravely detrimental to reining in inflation. And on the international scene, the UN Secretary-General Antonio Gutierrez has urged the government across the world to quickly invest in the quality job creation and the provision of social protection for those without coverage. This is contained in a statement issued by the Communication and External Relations Department of the African Development Bank. Mr. Gutierrez was speaking at a high-level session to discuss Global Accelerator on Jobs and Social Protection for Just Transitions initiatives during the UN General Assembly meeting in New York. The initiative was inaugurated in 2021 by the United Nations International Labour Organization and bring together government, international financial institutions, civil society, the UN, and the private sector. Now in sports. Algeria defeated the depleted Super Eagles side 2-1 in a friendly game on Tuesday in Oran. Nigeria were without key players including Napoli, forward Victor Osimhen, defender William Troost Ekong, among others, for the clash in the North African nation. But Joseph Pesiero's men took the lead just 8 minutes into the game when Terem Murphy struck for Nigeria, which was his first goal for the country in 5 games. Manchester City star Riyad Mahrez leveled things for the Franex in the 40th minute, when he converted from the spot. While Tuesday's game is just the second friendly between the nations, Nigeria and Algeria have played 21 times. They were 9 wins for each of the teams, while 3 ended in draws. Just as last week, Nigeria had battled to a 2-2 draw with the Algerian home-based side, and both sides did not qualify for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, but the games were expected to get the Nigerians gaffer better acquainted with the players. Still in sports, a former Super Eagles captain and Chelsea Football Club legend John Mikel Obi has hung his boots as regards professional football at 35. Having spent 2 decades playing professional football, the father of twins noted that all good things must come to an end. John said looking back at his career for the past 20 years, he is very satisfied with all that he was able to achieve. The former captain thanked his family, managers, clubs, coaches, teammates and also fans for supporting him throughout his career. And that's all we have in news update for today. But before we go, a recap of the headlines once again. House of Representatives adjourns plenary over power failure. Nigeria presidential hopefuls in tight race as 2023 campaign opens. Nigeria governors in Maradi hold multilateral security meeting. On business, Central Bank of Nigeria's interest rate rises to 15.5%. On international scene, United Nations urges world governments to invest in quality jobs. And in sports, Algeria beats depleted Super Eagles side. Thanks for joining us for the news. On behalf of the editorial crew, Head of News and Current Affairs Department, once again, I'm Gutierrez Mohammed. Thanks for watching. To have a nice day. Stay tuned for the Hausa version of the news by Samira Ibrahim.